Hi everyone, this is Ingrid. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share something personal but also really exciting. I'm going to tell you how I earned my first $11,000 passively. That's right. I literally did nothing. My money worked for me. Now don't worry, this isn't to brag. I'm not here to show off. I just want to inspire you, especially if you are just starting out or struggling or just merely wondering if it's possible. I want you to know that yes, it is. It is possible. If I can do this, so can you. Now let me just take you back a bit to how it all started. In February of 2019, I arrived here in Canada with absolutely nothing. I mean it. No savings, no job lined up, nothing. I was a newcomer trying to start over in a completely new country. And for the first 8 months, I didn't work. Well, I actually opted not to work yet. And when I finally landed a job, it was at the daycare center, earning a minimum wage. Well, to be exact, that was actually $17. And just when I thought things were picking up, boom, the COVID-19 hit. And the daycare center where I worked at shut down, and so I lost my job. And for the 2 whole years I didn't work, I lived off employment insurance, and I'm so grateful to Canada for that benefit. And somehow during that time, I was still able to save. Yes, even while I was supporting my parents and my sister's family back home in the Philippines, because I am the sole breadwinner of my family. That actually started since I was just 12 years old. And it was hard. There were nights that I couldn't sleep from stress, but I had a plan. I wanted to buy a car. And not just a car, I was actually very specific. I wanted a brand new white SUV. A reward for myself, because back when I was in the Philippines, all my hard work went to helping others, went to my family. And while I don't regret that, I told myself, this is the time I have to do something for myself. Not for luxury or for comfort, but it's a practical thing for me to do. Because that time I was living in the countryside, and the public transport there basically non-existent. So I made it my mission to save $40,000. That's actually the price of a brand new SUV during that time. And so fast forward to 2022, I did it. I was able to save $45,000, and I was so proud of myself that time. And I walked into the dealership to buy my dream SUV. But something happened that day. I don't know. I suddenly hesitated. I learned that because of COVID, the gas prices skyrocketed, and the price of the car insurance was also very expensive. So I started thinking, is this really the smartest thing to do right now? I worked so hard for that money. Did I really want to see it disappearing into fuel and monthly payments? So I took a deep breath and I said, maybe not yet. So instead of spending it to a brand new car, I invested it. Now keep in mind that I knew nothing about investing that time. I just walked into the bank and like, hi, I have some money here. What do I do with this? Well, anyway, the financial advisor was trying to explain everything, but it was so overwhelming. She was mentioning about RRSPs, mutual funds, bonds, stocks. I actually didn't understand most of it. But what I did understand was this, that investing involves risk, but it also brings growth. And I was already ready to take the chance. So in June 2022, I invested my first $40,000. And then in the following year, 2023, I added another $20,000. And just last year, 2024, I added another $20,000, which now sums up to $80,000 all in all. And now here we are, July of 2025, which is actually just 3 years later after I first invested my $40,000. And guess what? I earned $11,224 in passive income. That's a money I didn't have to work extra hours for. Money I didn't have to sweat for. And that's now the beauty of a passive income. It grows while you sleep. I went from having $0 and no job to watching my savings earn money on their own. Every time I check my balance, I still feel a little shocked. Like, wow, this is really happening. I still remember those tough early days in Canada. And now here I am with a little more freedom and a little more peace of mind. So what's the takeaway? I know I'm not a financial expert here and I am not rich. I'm just someone who practiced discipline. I didn't buy things I didn't need. I made sacrifices. I stuck to the plan even when it was boring. And most importantly, I said no to short-term pleasure in exchange for a long-term peace. So if you're someone who is starting out or supporting your family or living on a minimum wage, just know that you are not stuck. It takes time, yes, but with patience, with saving, even just a little at a time, you can build your future. Just start small, learn as you go, and don't be afraid to ask dumb questions to those who know better than you, because that's how I started too. So I hope this gives you a little spark of hope today. If I can do this, surely you can too. So that's all. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed and you have learned something from this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. See you on my next video. Bye!